join me in saying the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Take seats.
Good morning and welcome to this, our middle school awards assembly and the promotion certificates for our 8th grade class. If I could take a moment and just remind you to please place your phone on vibrate or silent. While we certainly hope that you'll take lots of photos to remember the day with, if you could silence the ringing portion, that would be fantastic. These guys have done a lot of outstanding work this year, and we have gathered to celebrate some of that. And so to start us off, I'd like to introduce our Commandant of Cadets, Lieutenant Colonel Greg Seibert, for our awards in the military department.
Thank you. Good morning. The first military award I have is the Barracks Piper Award, and it is given to the cadet who receives the fewest checks during the school year. And this year we have 2 award winners. We have Cadet Rogelio Correa and Cadet Jordan Hornick. The G. David Bailey Discipline Trophy is given to the cadet with the fewest disciplinary reports for the entire year. This year, the award goes to Cadet Santiago Sanchez. My last award is a leadership award. It's the Best Leader Award, and it's judged by the Commandant's staff. This year, the award goes to Cadet Zaide Johnson.
Thank you, Colonel Seibert. Our next award is from our athletic department, so I'd like to introduce Captain John Knoll, who is our athletic director for the middle school athletic awards.
The George Piper Outstanding Middle School Athlete Award is given this year to Cadet Christian Costner.
Lieutenant Colonel Willis Kleinsorge is our science teacher in the middle school, and he has a few awards, including this year's science fair winners.
Thank you. Good morning. Before I do the Science Fair Award, I'm going to, since I just had the Athletic Award, I want to recognize the track team for middle school because they didn't have a chance to meet anywhere to have a banquet or anything. So I would like these first 5 individuals to stand and be recognized for participation that they received, or participation in track certificate. So Alec Anderson, Ido Arredondo, Rogelio Correa, Juan Pablo Medrano, and Santiago Sanchez. The second group received a track pin and letter M for their performance during our track season. We had only 4 meets, but we were lucky and it rained out like the baseball team did several times this year. So these individuals, please stand and be recognized. They've already received their letter and pin. If they haven't, it's in your mailbox. Martin Farias, Elijah Flores, Braulio Garcia, Luke Greenman, Jordan Harnick, Edgar Martinez, and Rodrigo Santos. Good job. One guy's probably wondering why he didn't stand. This individual got the letter and pin, but also I'm going to recognize him for his sportsmanship, so he's going to receive the sportsmanship bar. Cadet Simmons. Good job. All right, and I got two groups of the science fair individuals I want to recognize. The first group consisted of 3 6th graders. They won 2nd place overall this year in the science fair. In my 29 years here as a middle school science teacher, I've never been a 6th grade team play so high. So I'd like to have Rogelio Correa, Juan Pablo Medrano, and Santiago Sanchez to stand and be recognized for the 2nd place. All right, and the first place winners this year are a pair of 8th graders. They enjoy the sport of golf. And from what I hear from the high school coach, that they're pretty good at it. So I suggested to them that they ought to do a physical science project based on golf, and that's what they chose to do. So their passion for the sport was shown through their science fair project, and it was called the Bouncing Golf Balls. So the winners of the 2015 Science Fair, please come forward. Victor Pavlos and Eugenio Valdez.
As you've probably guessed, these guys stay extremely busy through the year with their activities and countless hours towards their academics. And I'd also like to acknowledge some of the academics that we did not get to award throughout the year, beginning with our Academic Forge Year. The Academic Forge Year is an award for a student who has achieved a 3.7 grade point average for the month. Now, I went to school for a math degree and furthered that with a statistics degree, but these guys can tell you more quickly than I can that to get the Academic Forge Year Award in 6 classes, you're allowed to have 1 B. So they know the math for this award, and it shows by their recognition and hard work towards it. So if these guys would stand up so that we can recognize them. For the month of February, we had 4 students: Chandler Bollinger, Rogelio Correa, Juan Medrano, and Santiago Sanchez. For the month of March, Chandler Bollinger, Rogelio Correa, Juan Medrano, and Santiago Sanchez. For the month of April, Rogelio Correa, Elijah Flores, Luke Greenman, Joseph Harrington, Juan Medrano, Santiago Sanchez, and Eugenio Valdez. For the month of May, Rogelio Correa, George Englehart, Joseph Harrington, Juan Medrano, Santiago Sanchez, and Eugenio Valdez. This year, because GPA in the middle school, while important, doesn't quite capture all the hard work that these guys do, we started tracking the students who received all A's and B's, and we put them up in the hallway with little gold foil stars, kind of a throwback to my Catholic school education, down at the bottom for each month that they had achieved all A's and B's. So these cadets have earned at least 1 month on the all A and B roll. So if you guys would stand. Robert Abbott, Eric Asbjornson, Chandler Bollinger, Donyang Chen, Rogelio Correa, Christian Cosner, George Englehart, Elijah Flores, Luke Greenman, Joseph Harrington, Jordan Hornick, Zaide Johnson, Juan Medrano, Michael Naughton, Diego Ochoa, Santiago Ramirez, Santiago Sanchez, Rodrigo Santos, Nehemiah Simmons, and Eugenio Valdez. If you lost count, that's 20 cadets. So 56% of the middle school that at one point had at least 1 month with all A's and B's for that reporting period. Further, 50% of the middle schoolers, if you look at the overall GPA for the year, had a combined year-to-date GPA of at least 3.0. So these guys have worked really hard this year in their academics, with the science fair, in their athletics, in their community service. They have put in truly a well-rounded effort. Let's give them all one big hand. The middle school is also fortunate this year to have inducted 4 new members into the Delta Phi honorary service here at the Academy. Those 4 can come forward and receive their Delta Phi recognition. Rogelio Correa, Juan Medrano, Santiago Sanchez, and Eugenio Valdez. One of the boys picked theirs up because they were performing. We wanted them to have it poured, so we have to recycle. We're not that. It's not quite that bad here, where we're just kind of taking the same pour all the way through. The scholarship medal has long been a tradition in the Academy for cadets maintaining a 3.7 GPA throughout the semester. This year, for the first semester, the students needed to have a combined GPA for 3 consecutive months, and for the first semester, the scholarship medal goes to Rogelio Correa, Santiago Ramirez, and Eugenio Valdez. For the second semester, the award goes to Juan Medrano, Santiago Sanchez. Rogelio also earned the award, but instead of giving out the medal again, they get a pin inside the ribbon for the second one. So. At this time, I'd like to introduce you all to Mrs. Michelle Tischer. She works in our admissions office and gives us a hand every year at reading our cadet names for the graduation and for their awards. So to continue our assembly awards, this is Mrs. Tischer.
The Hal Heyman plaque, which goes to an 8th grade cadet who, in the opinion of the faculty, best exhibits all-American boy characteristics. This year, the award goes to Cadet Sky Thunderchild. Award for Achievement in Math and Science this year goes to Cadet Rogelio Correa. Rotary Service Above Self Award is given to the cadet who, in the opinion of the faculty and staff, has been the most reliable helper for this school year, Cadet Sky Thunderchild. Plaque for International Relations is awarded to 2 8th graders who have most improved international relations in the middle school. This year, the award goes to Cadet Dongyan Chen and Cadet Martin Farias. Fellowship Cup is awarded to a cadet exhibiting the best fellowship for the entire year. This year, the award goes to Cadet Victor Pavlos. Is awarded to a cadet who best exemplifies soldierly qualities. This year, the Harris plaque goes to Cadet Elijah Flores. Is awarded to an 8th grade cadet showing all-around improvement since his enrollment. The Richard White Improvement Plaque goes to Cadet Jacob Ornstein. The Faculty Plaque for Leadership, Cooperation, and Loyalty goes to Cadet Eugenio Valdez. The Rotary Leaders of Tomorrow is an especially valuable award. Presented by the local Rotary Club, the certificate is accompanied by a check for $100 to each of the recipients as an acknowledgement by the Rotary of the Boys' hard work and leadership. This year, the awards go to Cadet Zaide Johnson and Cadet Rodrigo Santos. The Sil Mansfield Memorial Award for a middle school ESL student, which carries with the award a $100 stipend, goes to Cadet Juan Medrano.
I made a mistake and dismissed one of our outstanding musicians early for the high school awards ceremony. The bandmaster this year is beginning to turn the Academy Band into a selective audition ensemble. And Rogelio Correa made the ensemble around the Thanksgiving time frame this past year. So he moved up into playing in the high school band, which is about 2 minutes away from kicking off the high school awards ceremony. So the 6th grade High Scholarship Award went to Mr. Correa, but unfortunately I got ahead of myself in the program and sent him over to play with the high school band. He's a wonderful kid, and so in his absence I would like to at least acknowledge that the 6th grade highest academic achievement goes to Rogelio this year.
The High Scholarship Award for 7th grade goes to Cadet Jordan Hornick. The highest scholarship award for 8th grade goes to Cadet Santiago Ramirez.
One last award before we move on to awarding the promotion certificates. This year, the boys all took a standardized test, which we do every year, and now we've begun doing it in the fall and the spring to give us a pre and a post-test kind of year-end review. But of those boys that tested well on the standardized test in the fall, working together with their parents, we had their scores sent off to take the SAT or ACT along with the high school cadets, along with all high school students. Scoring well on the SAT or ACT qualifies you to work with several talent identification programs throughout the country. The one that I'm the most fond of, and I think is probably the most prestigious, happens to be run by Duke University. And this year, Eric Asbjornsen scored well enough in the mathematics section on the standard SAT that he has been invited to work in the area of big data with the folks down at Davidson College, which is just outside Charlotte, North Carolina, through the Duke Talent Identification Program. We will now move to promoting our 17 8th graders. Please come forward to receive your promotion when your name is called. Parents and families, please hold your applause until everyone has received their promotion. Also, again, the 8th graders who made the senior high ensemble will certainly be able to pick up their diplomas or their certificates after this ceremony, and we can find a time certainly to let them back in for any kind of photo that you would wish. But those boys have worked very hard to play in that ensemble. The following 8th grade students have fulfilled the course of study as required by the Board of Trustees of the Missouri Military Academy and are granted all rights and honors therein pertaining and declared to be promoted from 8th to 9th grade on this day, Friday, May 22, 2015.
Cadet Alec Anderson, Bloomington, Illinois, United States. Cadet Elijah Duvalcain Flores, Mission, Texas, United States. Cadet Braulio Garcia, Weston, Florida, United States. Cadet Jonathan Herrera, El Paso, Texas, United States. Cadet Zaide Johnson, Chesterfield, Missouri, United States. Cadet Thomas Michael Kiefer, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, United States. Cadet Connor Nelson, Kansas City, Missouri, United States. Cadet Jacob Ornstein, Monument, Colorado, United States. Cadet Victor Pablo Espadilla, Culiacán, Sinaloa, Mexico. Cadet Diego Perez, Zapopan, Jalisco, Mexico. Cadet Santiago Ramirez de Aguilar, Mexico City, Mexico. Cadet Rodrigo Santos, San Pedro Garza García, Nuevo León, México. Cadet Eugenio Valdés, Monterrey, Nuevo León, México. Cadet Isaac Waits, Marble Hill, Missouri, United States.
Well done, guys. Very good. As a final word of thanks, the Academy, as you probably know, is very committed to the idea of community service. And this year, the middle schoolers have continued to work with the Central Missouri Food Bank in terms of the buddy packs. They have gone out to some local businesses and contributed work there. They have gone out to the gentleman who loans us his property for our Duke of Edinburgh activities and helped clean up and clear brush for those activities. And in sum total, these guys have put in over 2,700 hours of work in terms of their community service for the year. I appreciate all that these guys have done and all that they continue to learn through those opportunities. Just some few parting announcements. The grades for these students should be up and available. As I mentioned, we had standardized testing, so if you're interested in seeing your son's standardized test scores, those are coming out soon, but they're coming out in a mass distribution, so if you'd like to see them early, if you'll just send myself or Ms. Bielmer an email, we'll get you out an advanced copy. You may sign out your son immediately following. There will be someone in the exitway here of the chapel and over in the Delta Barracks to sign out. They are not due back until 10 p.m. this evening, so you can go and have a nice afternoon. The activities tomorrow begin with breakfast. Breakfast is available in the mess hall. There is a small cost to cover guest breakfasts. And then the graduation ceremonies resume at 9 a.m. on Colonel's Field with our senior review. Keep in mind, if it rains, we'll have to move events around. Also, if you have not re-enrolled for next year, there's plenty of admissions folks on campus to talk over enrollment for next year. And I would ask that you remain in the chapel until the cadets have left the building. The 8th grade cadets, we will have a small reception for the 8th graders, now 9th graders, and their families in the Delta Community Room or Delta Barracks, which is just out here to the left as we leave. Thank you so much for being here and helping us celebrate these young men's accomplishments.
Attention! Rise. Center face.
Yes, sir. If you are, you want to sign up? We've got sign up here. I'm gonna get the list here. Hang on 1 second.
Mom, where's the cat?
Oh, yeah? Oh.
Should I go get it?
Yes.
Where'd you get? Some Hope Award.
Where you going? Apparently he was supposed to something I think he said it.
Hi, Zaide. That's a good job. Good job. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Where's Mom?
I got stuck in there somewhere. She was in front of me.
She was?
She's probably talking to you. I don't know. Did you talk to him? What's that? Oh, that's nice. Let's see.
That's great. Congratulations. What are you going to do with that?
Let me get that. Let me get that. I can't. Turn it in front like this.
Okay. She's going to sleep.
Hold it up like that. See. Oops. How much? 100 million? No. $100. See. That's good. Let's see what it says. Oops. And this one here. Okay. You want to take a picture with Mom?
Yeah, I'm so stuck.
All right. Right, with the baby. Oh God, I'm so short. Wait, hold on. Let me get a regular picture here.